Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on in it. So here's what we're going to talk about. Okay, selling, the pros and cons of working in a call center. What did he say? I said the selling, the pros and the cons of working in one of them things called a call center. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get started with this old crazy subject, because I'll tell you what, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I can tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all when it comes to selling, okay? So let's look at this subject, the pros and cons of working in a call center. Well, one of the pros is you got a job. The con is you got a job, okay? And listen, as far as a benefit, working in a call center for a lot of people can be very, very lucrative, especially if you have an opportunity to sell and do this thing called cross-selling. A lot of times when salespeople or people in general work in a call center, they work for a company to take care of a problem, situations, or customer service, and a lot of times you get paid a percentage. You get paid maybe an hourly wage, but if you're real lucky and you get to sell stuff, you make what they call commission. That means you get to make more money on it. And if you're working as a salesperson, you get a chance to actually take care of customers' issues. But as a salesperson, a pro is you get to go ahead and maybe talk to them about adding on to additional services. The pro is very cool, man. It's very lucrative. The con is some people, they feel as though you're trying to sell them something, especially if you ain't helping them with their problem or their issue. And a lot of people, a pro that's a pro is going to be able to listen to the customer, let them have their 15 minutes of fame, which means let them freak out and have a bad day and just spew all over you. But a true pro is going to be that person who's going to listen and say, I understand, I've written down some basic information, and go back over it with them. And then you say, look, we got this taken care of. Now, don't you feel a lot better? And they'll go, yeah. And by the way, let me tell you something. I know your time is really valuable. Use that, because that's very important, what you say to the customer, to be able to add additional things onto a sell. You say, I know your time is very valuable, but see, I'm looking at your account, and it looks like you've got some things that you may want to let me talk to you about. We've already taken care of your issue. Aren't you glad? And then let's take a look, and you start talking about the other features and the benefits of other things that you can sell. That's a pro, baby. A con is some people, they don't have that gift. What they have a gift for is just answering the phone and going, yeah, what do you want? Dang, I hope nobody get real mean to me today, because I really don't care. And I've seen it. I've worked in call centers before, and some folks, they don't really care. They don't even care about folks. All they care about is that green, that mean green, baby. And unfortunately, it shows in customer service. Like I said, I've worked in some call centers, baby, and it ain't an easy job, because you deal with all kinds of personalities over the phone, and the person who's answering the phone or the person who's calling out the customers. What are the pros and cons of working in a call center? One of the pros is, hey man, they're going to give you some good training. You got a lot of times when you go to work for a company, you got to know what you're talking about when you're talking to these customers. You're going to get a lot of technical information that you're going to be able to use with computers. You're going to talk about different various products. You know, I worked in the mortgage industry, so we got to learn all about the escrows, the mortgage, and all the good stuff. And I've also been in insurance working in a call center talking to people. And in this regard, it ain't an easy job. Now, one of the things that I have to mention to you is you can get real heavy set. I'm talking, you can gain a lot of weight in one of these places, because all you're doing is sitting on your dove picking up the phone. That's a con, and that sucks, because see, a lot of these places, they don't have no place for people to work out, and you're sitting there drinking coffee, drinking sodas all day long, and we can get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I got real big, and that's a con. But a plus for it is that, hey, listen, a lot of these places, they got nice commissaries, they got good food, they got decent food, they got good people. And, you know, the con also is that they go through a lot of people. And I mean, they go through a lot of people. And a lot of reason is because people don't get on fire. They may feel as though, hey, people are kind of treating them rude. Because I've seen some management, they would micromanage you so much that as a salesperson or a person who's working in a call center feels kind of over the top, because some people nitpick at you about the craziest things. And then a lot of times it's like, hey man, you'll get frustrated and say, screw this crap, I ain't going to deal with it. The pro about something in this regard that's got to do with working in a call center is it's a good job, man. It can last you a lifetime. You can actually have this job work the schedules. Now, a con is you may work some hours at night from like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Or you might get real lucky. A pro is you might be able to start in the early part of the day. Now, a con is a lot of times, they might be able to work around your schedule. That's if you've been there for a little while, because they go through people and they got to have people working those hours. That is a positive. But see, the con is a lot of times when you first start, they're going to say, hey man, we need you to work the graveyard shift or the night shift. That sucks. That ain't good. And I'm going to tell you what, it sucks. Especially if you have children or if you got people who depend on you and you like to be at home at nighttime. But here's the positive part about that. If you're a student or if you're a person who doesn't mind working in the evening, a lot of times you can make a lot more sales because people be home in the evening. You can call on people. Remember, one of the pros and the cons is some people, they're real good at doing what they call inbound calls. That means they're good at answering questions when people call with their little issues and like tissues, they pop up all the time, and then they can cross-sell and sell them some stuff. But then you got some people that are real good about calling customers out in the field. Now, that's a little bit harder. Now, when you got to do that, they're going to pay you more green, baby. That means that's a positive. That's a pro. They're going to give you more money because they know that, hey, listen, it ain't as easy. You got to pick up that phone. That's a con. You got to call a lot. I mean, man, the more people you call, the better opportunity, because some people, they like, don't bother me, I ain't interested. And they ain't even heard you. That's a con. But one of the pros that I like about selling is that, hey, listen, it gives you a chance to be the best that you can be. You can talk to a lot of different people. And in the call center business, like I said, the con is they go through so many people. And it's really sad because, see, a lot of times people don't stick and stay because they just don't mesh with the products or the information. But one of the things that's really, really cool about a positive or a pro is that you get to learn about a lot of different things, and you get a chance as a pro is being able to move up quickly. A con is they go through a lot of people, but because they go through a lot of people, you might be the next person who might be running those people. That's real good. Doesn't that sound good? Selling, the pros and cons of working in a call center. Like I said, one of the pros that I like is, you got your little desk area. You can kind of decorate it the way you want. One of the cons is sometimes them chairs, them seats has been kind of worn out. They've had so many booties in them that, hey man, they start to feel real uncomfortable. And what happens is when you sit down, a con is that when you're sitting down for long periods of time and you ain't getting up and walking around, you feel kind of lethargic. And by the time you get off of work, you feel as though you can't move. And I'm telling you what, if I had to build one, I'd have some type of facility where they had some training, a place where people could work out, some treadmills so people can get out and be. Because see, a lot of times we live in Florida, it get real hot. They give you some breaks. They're supposed to give you like 3 breaks a day so that way you can get up. And a lot of times the cons is sometimes you got to be on that phone as much as possible. And they work on you to make sure that you're on those phones. And sometimes if you got to use the bathroom because you're an older person or a person who's a little bit older, because y'all drinking that coffee, that's a damn diuretic, and that will make you want to go, hey, honey. And see, the con is if they say you can't get up and go do it, you're messing up your body, your system, your kidneys and so forth. And that's a con. But a pro is in this regard, if you're a person who doesn't drink a lot of sodas, doesn't drink a lot of stuff, and you're real good at having conversations, you can do real good and selling over the phone, especially working in a call center. Or if you're just working in a call center in general, talking to customers, which is real customer service friendly, it can become the very easy jobs. I've seen some people that have been doing this for a long time. I mean, these people love their job. They're happy to go to work every day. They work their little hours. And see, they ain't trying to be no manager or nothing like that. They're just trying to be the best that they can be. So what they end up doing is just sticking and staying and selling selling products, talking to customers over the phone, and they enjoying their life because they know when they get off, they're going to get their little 40. Sometimes they might get their little 50, 60 hours because they always like to pay those extra money bonuses. And that's a pro. Man, you get to get some money, make some extra money, and make a lot more money. And I'm going to tell you what, we just had a very simple conversation about the pros and cons about working in a call center. I liked it. Can somebody call me? Okay. So do me a favor, go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. The pros and cons. Talking about, telling people over the phone. What is our subject for today? Selling, the pros and cons of working in a call center. You probably got more. I could probably do a couple of videos on this subject. So go out there and sell something. And don't forget to treat people real nice. That's a pro. All right.